Hi, this short video which I'm doing today is titled Living on Your Lips. I take this title from a great saying by a man of wisdom, Kahlil Gibran. And he expresses his own thinking on what is the meaning of these words of living on your lips. And he says the following, I quote, "You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts. And when you can no longer dwell in the solitude of your heart, you live on your lips. Sound is a diversion and a pastime. And inasmuch as you're talking, thinking is half murdered. For thought is a bird of space, and in a cage of words, it can unfold its wing, but it cannot fly." End of quote. A few words which are very deep, which is worth reflecting. Let us analyze what Kahlil Gibran says. You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts, because thought is a rich experience which comes from many directions, many dimensions, and it has got no boundary. But the moment we put it in words, the important player in this translation becomes your ego. You want to use your eloquence to convey what you know or what you think. But in doing so, as he says, when you are no longer dwell in the solitude of your heart, you live on your lips. The meaning is that the intuitive information, the overflowing of thoughts that come out of your heart into your mind is completely lost when you live on your lips or when you live on the words that you try to express. Sound, therefore, is only a diversion and is a pastime because you revel in your own eloquency, in your own oratory. And as a result, what happens is the inner meaning, the substance of your thought is completely lost. So that's why he says, in as much as you're talking, thinking is half murdered. Because the full essence of your thought can never come out in your words. And finally, he concludes by saying that your thought is a bird of space, which means that our thinking has got a wide domain from which we are able to receive information. But in a cage of words, it can unfold its wing but cannot fly. Which means when you start giving out whatever thoughts that are in your mind through words, what happens is that you give very little importance to the content which need to reach a particular recipient. Because every recipient has got certain capacity for receiving your words. And when it is not uniformly available, that's why you find that great people, great spiritual masters, always use simple words, but deep thought. You take any particular example of whether it be Buddha or Jesus Christ or Muhammad or great Sankaracharya, all the people who were the great spiritual masters, they had put their words to a minimal level and always able to communicate through analogy, parables, etc., so that people could understand what they were trying to convey. So it is not a full expression of just living on your lips, but living through your heart with limited expression through your lips, but always keeping the people who are being communicated to in your mind. This is what I would like to leave with you today. Thank you for watching and have a great life.